Have you ever believed God could, but felt disappointed when he didn't? You trusted in his power, but his plan didn't line up with what you hoped for. If you've ever felt that tension, you're not alone. There's a difference between trusting in God's power versus trusting in his plan. And by the end of this video, I believe your faith will grow. Not in what God can do, but in who he is, even when he doesn't do what you expected. We often say things like, God is able, he's a way maker, and yes, he absolutely is. But here's what most of us don't say out loud. What happens when he doesn't do it? Trusting in God's power means you know he can, but trusting in God's plan means you still believe, even when he doesn't. Faith is easy when prayers are answered. But what about when they're not? Let's look at John 11, the story of Lazarus. Mary and Martha sent word to Jesus. The one Jesus loves is sick. And what does Jesus do? Nothing? Not immediately. He stays where he is, and Lazarus dies. Can we sit with that for a second? Jesus, God in the flesh, let his friend die. Why? Because Jesus wasn't just showing off power, he was revealing purpose. John 11:21, Martha says, Lord, if you had been here, my brother wouldn't have died. That wasn't disrespect, it was raw honesty. Many of us have said the same. Lord, if you had shown up, this wouldn't have happened. We're not wrong for asking, it's human. Even Jesus wept before raising Lazarus. Why would he cry over something he's about to fix? Because God isn't a machine. He's relational. He feels what we feel, even when he knows the outcome. There's this myth in the church that questioning God is a sin. But even Mary, the mother of Jesus, asked questions. How can this be, since I don't know a man? That wasn't doubt, it was curiosity. God welcomes curiosity. But when Zechariah doubted the angel's message in Luke 1, the angel had to shut his mouth until the promise came to pass. Why? Because unbelief can interfere with destiny. Honest questions? God can work with that. Hard hearts? He has to confront that. Let me say this clearly. Being disappointed in God is not rebellion. It's being human. You can feel disappointed and still be faithful. Jesus cried, but he didn't quit. He felt the grief, but he followed through with his assignment, and you can too. God never promised that faith would always feel good, but he did promise he'd never leave you. Here are 3 ways to move from trusting only in his power to truly trusting his plan. 1. Be honest with God. He can handle your tears. He welcomes your frustration. Real faith isn't perfect, it's personal. 2. Let your emotions lead you to purpose, not distraction. Jesus didn't ignore his feelings. He wept, and then he moved. Don't run from your pain. Let God use it. 3. Surrender what you don't understand. Faith isn't faith when you have all the answers. It's faith when you don't, and still choose to believe. Maybe your life feels like Lazarus right now, dead, delayed, or hopeless. But what if your delay is God's setup? What if he's not ignoring you, but preparing to reveal something greater through your story? You're not forgotten. You're not unseen. God's plan may not look like yours, but it will always be better. So the question remains, do you trust him, even when he doesn't move the way you want? If this message spoke to you, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Everyday Believers Network, where we help you see God in your everyday